Ugo, Coach Odom was in here, and he said at times this season you have hesitated before taking three-pointers, and that's thrown them off. You did not hesitate on that final one. What went through your mind when the ball came to you and you saw you were open like that?
I just talked about this on the radio. I said that, I've had streaky shooting past couple of games. First of all, I'm going to thank Coach Odom for, giving me this opportunity. Because I've played college basketball, and this is the only place that, they've let me shoot a three. So I've had my streaky shooting and everything, But coming into this game, I said to myself, don't think about it. Do not think about it. Like, if you catch the ball, let it fly. That was my mindset coming into today's game. Like, let it fly. I don't care what they say, just let it fly. And, turned out to be a good thing. So, moving forward, I'm not going to think about it. Just let it fly.
Ugo, when the year started, you guys were scoring a ton of points, but the defense was kind of a work in progress.
Yeah.
Where has this defense come to? How confident are you all as a defensive team right now?
I'm really confident in our team, what we got going on defensively. There's going to be some ups and downs, but again, I'm always going to go back to connection you have as a team. We are pretty connected. They're going to make runs, we're going to make runs, we're going to get stops, they're going to get stops. It's how mentally locked in you are down the stretch. And we have been, really amazing when it comes to, getting key stops defensively down the stretch. So, wasn't surprised. Wasn't surprised at all. But we're going to keep building. That's what it is.
Greg and then David. Yeah, when Tech tied the game at 51, what were you guys saying among yourselves? And then what led to that spurt, that 8-0 run that put you guys back in front? I think you had the dunk to kind of start that run.
Yeah. It was like, we didn't let the missed buckets, get into our heads. We didn't let the, their offensive execution, get into our head. Like I said, it's all about, how mentally tough you are in that kind of moment, And one thing about our group is if the first five ain't doing it, the second five go and do it, That's one thing I love about how connected we are and how deep we are, It's all about making runs, like I said. If you get into the game, give energy, the second person coming into the game is going to give the same energy. So,
David. Ugo, do you notice and perhaps even take pride in when an opponent gets an offensive rebound and rather than try to shoot over you, kicks it back outside to the perimeter?
I really love it, I love the fear in their eyes when they see me down there. Most people going to still try me. That's one thing I love about, basketball in general, Some going to come, some going to try, some going to see me, some going to be like, oh, I'm not trying this. So, but I love the fear that, I see in their face when they're, oh, he's there. Okay, I'm kicking the ball out.
Ugo, 9 assists for Dallin Hall today, including he found you with the lob to retake the lead, even after like an offensive rebound right on the baseline. What'd you see from him today? Pretty outstated impact, but must have been pretty good in the second half.
Dallin, he's an amazing leader. He's an amazing leader. One thing, again, it's all about our team. I'm going to keep talking about our team. We listen, and whenever Dallin talks, we listen to him. He brings a different kind of energy to the game. And the fact that he was confident enough to find me on that lob, especially with the pass that he gave me for the three, it's really amazing. So shout out to him. I love him. He's the man. He's the man.
Time for 3 more. We'll take one in the back, then Preston, and then finish with Jackie.
Ugo, Ben Hammond's had 51 points against you guys in the 2 games that he's played this year. What makes him so tough to guard, especially in the painted area?
It's about how fast he is. One thing with me, I love timing my blocks, but it took me a lot of time. I don't think I blocked him. So it's how fast he is and how quick he is with his decision making. That's what makes him tough.
Okay, Preston, then Jackie.
It's senior day today, 5 of you. Obviously, you've only been here for not even a full year. what is this kind of one season meant to you, just to have this opportunity? You talked about, Odom being the one to let you shoot threes finally, just kind of having that faith in you this year.
Yeah. I've been around coaches that, sometimes they tell you what you want to hear, just to make you feel good about yourself. But at the end of the day, you're not going to see what they talked about, The difference with this, group of coaches is, they're going to tell you what you got to know. And they're going to, if you ain't playing much, he's going to tell you what you got to work on and the reason you ain't playing much. So it's up to you to, figure it out and work on your game and, show him that you're ready, So it's an amazing group of, coaching staff, an amazing group of players, Really enjoyed my time here. I've had different stops, different people, different, environment, different coaches and everything. But one thing I love about this team is how connected we are, both on and off the court. I feel like what makes us so special is, how we are off the court. We still look out for one another. We still, got each other's back. We're still hanging out. We're still doing stuff. We're laughing. So it's like when you're in that kind of environment with that kind of people, it's like we all laid back, So it's easier for us to play on the court. When things ain't going right, you know how to figure it out. When things ain't going right, instead of them, coming at you for making a bad play, they're telling you it's okay to move on to the next play. That's what wins the championship, and we have that in our locker room.
Sam Lewis today, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. I remember in the first half, just before the 12-2 run, you got the block, he got the ball, you guys went to the other side, then he passed the ball to you for the bucket.
Yeah.
What does he bring to this team when he's on like that, like tonight?
I mean, he brings a different kind of energy, You got to fear Sam. When he's going, he's going. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to stop him, Everybody got their own kind of energy. Sam's energy is different, But at the end of the day, it's all positive energies, You do it, you playing your role, and you locked in on it, and as long as you're doing what you know how to do best, we're good, When we're in our feelings, that's when we make the little mistakes that lead us into turnovers, But it's just for just for a short period of time. And we figure it, we usually figure, ourselves out, and, we keep going. So with Sam, I love him. He's a great player, Most of the games we won is because of Sam. And this game, he came in clutch, especially, after the kind of game he had in the last game. Having the mindset that today's game is really important and not letting what happened the previous game affect his performance today shows how mentally matured Sam is. So I love his energy.
Thanks, Hugo. Appreciate you. Yep.